What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. A big thank you for coming back and joining me on another video right here on YouTube. So recently on the channel you might have seen I have started testing tactics for FM23 from previous versions of the game. I ran a couple of tests on some FM22 tactics and had some great success there, but it got me round to thinking what would happen if we loaded even further back in the series. Would the tactics stand the test of time? So today I'm going to be bringing you a tactic that is originally designed for FM20, and we're going to run it in the game in a one season sim with Manchester City. We're going to break the tactic down, show you exactly what it is, show you the in possession, out of possession and in transition, and then break down Manchester City season to see how the tactic has performed. Let's not waste any time. Let's show you what the tactic is and jump straight to showing you what the positions are. So the tactic is called Apache version 1.0 Serber V4 tweak, and it's a tactic that I believe I found on FM base. If it wasn't on FM base, it was on FM scout, but if you want to have a look at the tactic for yourself, there will be a link in the description down below, so go and have a look at it and play around with it yourself. It is a bit of a cluster mess, you get what I mean. It's one of those tactics where it just looks like it should not work at all. It is, from what I can see, a 2-3-3-1-1. Yeah, we're going to go with that. 2-3-3-1-1. So you basically got sweeper keeper, some defenders, some deep line midfielders, some midfielders, shadow striker and an advanced forward. It looks absolutely mental. But obviously, these kinds of tactics do have a sneaky way of doing really, really well in the game. So let's break down the positions that you've got then. First position is a sweeper keeper who looks like this. You then have two ball-playing defenders, the one on the left looking like this, and the one on the right looking exactly the same. Now at this point I also have to say, if you need to pause the video, feel free to do so if you're jotting this down so you can port it across to other versions of the game. Come back and let me know, do they work? Can you put this on an Xbox or a handheld version of the game and have similar success? As I said, let me know. I'm really curious to find out whether these stand the test of time across all versions of Football Manager. Right then, let's continue on up the pitch. So you've got two wing backs. On the left hand side it looks like this. On the right hand side it looks like this. And then you have a deep line playmaker through the middle who looks like this. On the left you have a winger who looks like this. And on the right you have a winger that looks like this. And you have a central midfielder in the centre of the park. You then have that shadow striker, and he's in behind your advanced forward. So that's pretty much what the tactic is. As I said, it's one of those tactics where it just looks like it shouldn't work, where basically the defenders are all over the place. Like it looks like the defenders aren't joined anywhere. So you've got the two ball-playing defenders, you've got your two wing-backs, and they're all kind of just floating around in areas. But crazy tactics do have a way of coming together. Tactical style is custom, so whoever built the tactic, the Apache version is the custom style for that. It's an attacking mentality, so you're going to want to go and score goals, even though it looks mental and it doesn't look really like those players can go and get that high up the pitch. But let's not knock it until you've seen the results. Let's look at the in possession then. So the in possession will look like this. The in transition will look like this. And finally, the out of possession will look like this. So that's a run through of the tactic. As I said, it does look like a pretty crazy one, but they do have a weird way of coming together and performing really, really well in Football Manager. Bearing in mind it is from FM20, so a very different style of game as the game has progressed. But does the tactic stand up to the test of time? Let's jump to the competitions tab and show you, yes, Manchester City have won the Premier League. They haven't got as many points as usual, but they have scored 88 points and have scored have a goal difference of 72. We'll show you what the exact goal difference breakdown is in a moment. You can see in terms of the Champions League, they reached the semi-final. They reached the final and were runners-up, and they lost to Real Madrid in the final 3-1. They were knocked out in the fourth round of the FA Cup by Liverpool. They were knocked out in the third round of the Carabao Cup by Arsenal, and they won the curtain raiser the Community Shield at the start of the season. So the important one here is the Premier League. If we go to the Stages tab, you can see Manchester City won the league by having a one-loss record of played 38, won 28, drawn 4, lost 6. They scored 135 goals. 135 goals with a tactic that looks like this is absolutely crazy. Now, don't get me wrong, Erling Haaland, you will see in a minute, contributed massively to these goals and that goal tally. But they've scored 135 goals. That's amazing. They did concede 63, and as you can see, that is the most inside of the top 5. Only Southampton in the top 6 conceded more, so very leaky defence. Obviously, with just 2 ball-playing centre-backs, that is probably always going to happen. But when you've got a team like Man City, you can obviously go gung-ho and just go hell for leather to score goals, which is what Erling Haaland does. And they rounded it off with an 88-point total. Going back then, let's have a little look at some of these stats. So Erling Haaland in this tactic scored 56 league goals on his own. 56 league goals. I mean, if we look at him as just a player, he scored... Let's have a little look at this. In his first season at Manchester City, he played 54 games and scored 85 goals in this tactic. He scored 23 in the Champions League, 56 in the Premier League. He scored 11 non-competitive goals, scored another 6 cup goals, and scored another 8 for Norway. So across the season, in this tactic, he had an average rating of 8.20, and in the Premier League, 8.14. He also got 13 assists, despite being a striker, and 13 Player of the Match awards. Absolutely fantastic if you want to play Erling Haaland in this game, because he will score goal after goal after goal. Interestingly, Bernardo Silva also up there with 21 goals. Erling Haaland smashed the Premier League with an 8.14 average rating. Kevin De Bruyne getting 17 assists from this tactic. Bernardo Silva chipping in with 14 as well. Erling Haaland had most Player of the Match awards with 13. They did have the worst disciplinary record in the Premier League, though, with 18 yellow cards for Diaz, 16 for Walker, and 16 for Cancelo. And they had a Kanji with a 6 dribbles per 90 minutes. So, ball-playing defender who likes to bring the ball forwards, that's exactly what you are going to get. So, it's been a successful season. Obviously, Champions League runners-up, so they got through to the final. Premier League winners with a total of 88 points and a goal difference of 72, having scored 135 goals and whatever it was, 84 I think it was for Erling Haaland in a season, 56 in the Premier League. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? What a player. If you can get him in a system that gets him that kind of goals every single season, you're never ever going to lose the Premier League. It's just impossible. Right then, I'm going to wrap this one up. I hope you have enjoyed the tactic. I hope you like the look of it. Obviously, we were asking the question, do FM20 tactics stand up to the test of time? Playing in FM23, if you want to load this FM20 tactic in and have some fun, it looks like you are either going to pull your hair out because you can't defend, or you're just going to score so many goals that your match highlights will take a day to get through, because you will get results that are absolutely bizarre, especially if you've got Erling Haaland up front. Right then, so if you're still here, you're still listening to me at this point, firstly, a big thank you. Secondly, if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button already, please consider doing so. We have so much more on the channel. There are more tactics, there are Wonder Kids, there are hints and tips, let's plays, something for everybody on the channel. Hit the notification bell and you will never miss another video right here on the channel. For this one though, I'm going to wrap it there. Big thank you for watching. I'll see you on another video soon.